The lock was open, but the hotel door would not move. Lin and Mei pulled the handle, pushed against the wood, and called through the glass panel. Their voices did not seem to reach the hallway. Each shout returned as a low echo from somewhere inside the room. They could hear a TV playing next door, but no one answered. To get out, Mei would eventually have to climb through a hole in the door. Lin was still trapped inside when she reached for the handle from the hallway. Lin and Mei had spent the weekend in a quiet mountain town. Because their train left early the next morning, they decided to stay near the station. Outside, an older woman offered them a cheap room a few minutes from the platforms. They were tired and carrying bags, so they followed her to an old building above several small shops. The woman at the front desk copied their identification, took the payment, and gave Lin a key. The room was simple but spacious, with a wide bed, an old television, and reflective glass covering all four walls of the bathroom. Mei went in to shower. When steam blurred the glass, reflections surrounded her from every direction. The sight made her uncomfortable, so she finished quickly and returned to the room. Lin turned on the television. The picture was clear, but the sound remained unusually low even after he raised the volume. Mei suggested going out for food. Lin unlocked the door and pulled. It stayed closed. He checked the lock, pulled harder, and pushed his shoulder against the wood. The door shifted slightly in its frame, but would not open. They assumed the damp weather had made the wood swell. Then Lin picked up the room phone. There was no dial tone. Both mobile phones had also lost signal. They knocked and called into the hallway. Since a television was playing clearly in the next room, they expected someone to respond. Several minutes passed. No one came. Lin struck the door and shouted again. The sound seemed unable to pass through the wood. It returned as a dull echo from the back of the room. A small glass panel had been fitted near the top of the door. Lin lifted a chair and broke it. The hallway lights were on, and nothing blocked the other side. Mei stood on the chair, put her head through the opening, and called for help. The corridor remained empty. Lin cleared away more glass until the opening was just wide enough. Mei squeezed through, scraping her arm on the frame before dropping into the hallway. Lin tried the door again from inside. It still would not move. Mei took the outside handle and pushed once. The door swung inward normally. They went downstairs and told the woman at the front desk. She said no guest had complained before and suggested that the frame had become stuck because of the weather. Lin explained that Mei had opened it easily from the hallway. The woman looked toward the stairs and offered them another room. They refused. When they returned for their bags, the TV next door was still playing. Lin knocked once, but nobody answered. They did not wait to find out whether the room was occupied. They left before midnight and spent the rest of the night in a restaurant near the station. One of the workers there mentioned that the hotel building had once been a small private hospital. He did not know why it closed or when it had been converted. Lin never found out whether that history had anything to do with the room. Years later, he still returned to the same detail. From inside, neither of them could move the door. From the hallway, Mei opened it with one hand. Neither of them ever accepted another hotel offer from someone waiting outside a railway station. Subscribe to Missed Current Stories for more unexplained encounters and strange local legends with no clear answer.